Well, we talked about Tom Kennedy, so I feel like we got to talk about Craig Reynolds. Let's Talk Lions. Welcome back to an all-new episode here at Let's Talk Lions. My name is Jay. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you guys for liking this video, for subscribing to the channel if you're a fan of the Detroit Lions, because then it's productive for you. So yesterday I put out a video about Tom Kennedy, all of the progress that our wide receiver has made, him taking a shot for a position on the wide receiver core. Now with Terrell Williams having this groin injury, maybe it's an even greater chance. But specifically today, I wanted to look at another guy who has done more than just impress us, but really, to me, blow my mind by the way he is performing coming into Detroit, and that is running back Craig Reynolds. You know the name if you have been watching the preseason games. He keeps coming up and up. He has been the rushing leader both games thus far, but the entirety of his story is what is most fascinating. A little bit of backstory about Craig Reynolds. Reynolds came into the league back in 2019 with Washington. He was an undrafted free agent out of a D2 school in Pennsylvania. So he comes into Washington. I think he only has one rep all year, and it was on the special teams unit, so not even at the running back position. He ends up getting released. He moves on from Washington, bounces around, goes to Atlanta, goes to Jacksonville, and then it is this year, 2021, that the Lions pick him up just a few days prior to us facing off against Buffalo in the preseason. Fascinatingly, no. Interestingly enough, we didn't sign Reynolds until the day before the game against Buffalo. So here he is coming into a squad where he has zero chemistry. On the squad, nothing. Shows up against Buffalo and kills it. He had 6 attempts and he ran for 49 yards. His longest rush for 24 yards and a TD. He is the rushing leader that day. That was a day where we saw only Jamal Williams on the starting side. We did not see DeAndre Swift. So there's running back 2 getting beaten out by this guy who showed up a day before the game. Well, fast forward to Pittsburgh's game last week, and there he is again as our rushing leader. He had 5 attempts for 29 yards, his longest rush for 12, and 1 TD, bringing it to the house. And I mean, when you look at those yards, when you look at all of this, look, I understand it's preseason. It's nothing to get too hype about. And I understand that the yards are like, okay, well, didn't even break 50 yards, whatever. My biggest thing is this guy, Craig Reynolds, shows up with zero chemistry, gets out on the field, and leads both nights. To me, when looking at him, he has made a very strong case for RB3. There's a ton riding on this preseason game for Reynolds specifically. I mean, that's what so much of the preseason is about. It's kind of getting those reps. It's getting loose. It's feeling it. But really, it's a backups battle. It is the gladiator ring for all these backups. And Reynolds has come in, and if he can do what he has done the last 2 weeks, this week against Indianapolis, I think he has made the strongest case possible for RB3. Jamar Jefferson being slotted down maybe as a practice squad guy, and Reynolds taking that spot. How do you guys feel about that? Because if you've been watching the preseason games at this point, you are familiar with Reynolds, with his energy, with his play. How do you feel about Reynolds potentially snagging that RB3 spot? Drop it in the comments. Are you pulling for him, or do you not have a care in the world? Kind of like when a puppy will pee all over the hardwood floor and you're like, oh my god, no, and then you like rush over and you pick it up and you're like, stop peeing. But by that point, all the pee is out of the system, and then you're like, I'm gonna bring you outside because I need to teach you to go outside. But by that time the bladder's empty, so it's not like I don't know if you've even taught them anything. I'm not a dog owner, so I don't know. I don't have the specifics on that.